Class is back in session, and your teacher for today, Prince Mayor Frederick Godslayer, the Sword of Odin. Hello, welcome back to Crusader Kings II. It's been quite a long time for me. I'm finally home after my long-awaited holiday, and I'll be honest, I have no idea what we were doing. But looking at this character's traits, yep, everything seems just about in order. So I actually did a little poking around. First, I got your, obviously, comments to talk about while I was waiting, things like that too. But I did a little poking around, and I have a feeling the religion may be broken. Not just broken from the metaphorical sense when you talk about games being broken. Of course, it can just mean overpowered. It is very overpowered. Nobody's going to argue with that. However, it may also be literally broken, which is a bit more of an immediate concern, I will admit. So we'll talk about that in a second. Great amount of gold, by the way. Nice. Things to mention, then. So I got an overwhelming amount of comments with regards to an open question I asked. I said something like, is there a Chinese equivalent of, you know, stad or berg or ton? You get a lot of tons in England, T-O-N that is, for like town name endings. So a lot of people said that Zhou or Zhou, I don't know how you pronounce it, Z-H-O-U would be the kind of closest Latin alphabet equivalent you can get, is the kind of suffix for cities and places like that. So that's very useful to know. We'll probably rename some of our towns and cities, but they're using the kind of classic Old Norse names that they've had for hundreds of years now, and to be honest, I think they would be renamed. The Vikings have had it of course, turning up to places and renaming them based on what they are, which is why in the UK we have such tragic places as Grimsby. So I'll go ahead and rename a few cities in Iceland as we go here. But the other thing I wanted to mention was that a lot of people brought up, and the reason I brought up all of these things in this very specific order, is a lot of people said that some of these characters are kind of going a little bit forgotten, and I do kind of agree with that, particularly with regards to the ancestor veneration mechanic, which again, to kind of tell back to what I was talking about before, I think our religion may be pretty broken in that regard. So, for those of you who haven't played a religion with ancestor veneration, the way it works is if a character is particularly good, kind of similar to becoming a saint, right, in Catholicism. When your character is, you know, a good enough religious character relative to the religion you're playing, so in the case of, say, Yuning, had Himawat, a cool religious trait, had Seeking, a very cool religious trait, other things that are considered good to our religion, with those traits and a combination of high prestige or high piety, depending on what religion you're playing, you can become venerated or beatified, canonized, whatever, again, religion you have to play in there. Our religion has a total of one venerated ancestor, and that is the guy who reformed the religion, i.e., it's pretty much broken. It's down to the religious head to choose yes or no whether or not they want to venerate an ancestor. However, I saw a spreadsheet from Reddit. This is getting very sweaty already. I saw a spreadsheet from Reddit which said that with something like 20,000 prestige along with religious aligned traits, you have a 50% chance of becoming a venerated ancestor. We've had that with like 3 characters in a row now. So, and of course, Godslayer Yuning had how much prestige when he died? Like 100,000? I don't know. The point is, I think that mechanic may be a little broken. I haven't done enough poking around into the hundreds of mods to see if anybody replaced that particular mechanic. The religion itself is also broken as fuck. Now, this also ties into our current character, of course, Frederick. And I apologize if I'm kind of rehashing here for you guys, of course, but for me, been away for a while, so I want to try and recap myself more than anything else. Frederick is our new character. He is a man dedicated to his religion above everything else, so we really should be trying to get piety at all costs. We are currently on theology focus. We're trying to get some land for the Filka so that we can vassalize the Filka and try and take a little bit of control over the religion. But I will do an investigation. Here's the question I want to pose to, or kind of a poll, really, before we get too much back into things now that I'm home. Kekvit recently put up part of Luxury of Fantasia, like the Mickey Mouse film, right? A part of Kekvit's mod as a separate module, which allows you to create your own religion. So, as in, like, from scratch, name it, and I believe the icon is set. You can't, unfortunately, do dynamic icons or anything. That's all not really hard-coded, but, you know, like not something you can customize with modding, unfortunately, unless you add new icons and obviously define it beforehand. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. Let me not get into that side of things. long story short, you can basically make your own religion, right? Pick the new features. Given that the AI broke this religion by, of course, us having that broken mod installed, meant that I couldn't interact with it at all. AI made a broken religion that might be literally broken, but also very overpowered. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about, and this is the other comment I saw quite a lot, is that the characters are all ending up kind of being the same, because the culture and religion at this point is kind of indivisible, and the religion has a very particular play style, which is burn things down and sacrifice people. The problem with Human Arc is I think it becomes very, very central to the entire religion, because it's everything, you know? It counts as your religious side, it counts as your prestige side too. So if you're being a powerful warrior, you'd sacrifice people. If you're being a piety-based character like we are, you'd sacrifice people. You get the option in the blood games. If you want prosperity, you would do that. So you would sacrifice people. And it does become very all-encompassing. So I would be absolutely up for making our own religion. Now, maybe not so. I know that, of course, Germanic has been very key to the series so far. I wouldn't want to completely replace it. We can make our own variety of Germanic, like a splinter religion, similar to what you can do in CK3. We can make our own. And, of course, I could customize that behind the scenes there to kind of get around the engine limitations and on the modding side of things to make that feel a bit more like our own religion. That could be quite good. Because, honestly, this religion is broken as all hell, both literally and metaphorically, like I said. And I'm worried that we might just end up being the same playstyle all the time. Because one thing you say about Catholicism is it isn't so domineering to the playstyle. You can play lots of different characters in kind of lots of different ways over there. But we're kind of trapped into this stereotype, for lack of a better word. Anyway, we'll worry about that. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. I can definitely weave that into the narrative. There's definitely a lot of justification for it too, both kind of from the meta perspective and in-game. I suppose it already boils down to, will the plan with the Filka work, right? Am I still going to be able to vassalize it? It really does just depend on now if she dies and is replaced by a Han-Horse character, because the capital of the church is in our capital. That would be maybe the make or break. If we then can't vassalize her, I probably would be up for making our own religion. Kind of a, fuck it, I'll do it myself with blackjack and hookers, except for us it might be something a bit more sensible. Maybe incorporate some of that Han aspect, some of the Taoism aspect of things into Norse, temper it down a little bit. And then, of course, I would leave that entirely open to you guys if we did decide to do that. Religion by committee. Well, that's brave. Anyway, let's move on. Sorry, I don't want to take up like all of this episode with just chat, but there was a lot to talk about. Of course, a lot to recap, and that's not even getting into the majority of the stuff that I've read. So what were we doing then? Remind me. We were over in Scandinavia. We were getting the holy sites. That's it. It's all coming back to me now. So we just finished a war in Denmark to get back this province here, which is one of, again, our kind of holy sites there in the capital. We got that one ticked off. That's very nice. So we can either go for one in Sweden, one in Norway, or one in Zealand. I think they're both in France right now. They are both in France right now. Okay. One up in Zealand and one down in Saxony, somewhere down here. Don't remember exactly where. We could grab both of those. Now, we've just been to war against France, right? If I'm not mistaken. We have. So we can't go to war against France again anytime soon unless the French queen right now. Unless the French queen were to die. Which we could arrange, I'm sure. we could probably make that happen. Might be a little tricky, but we could probably pull that one off. And that would be fantastic. If this guy could get back all the holy sites for the religion, that'd be pretty massive. I think that would absolutely tick a massive box for this character. We still won't be venerated, though. Almost certainly not. I mean, look, if Yuning wasn't venerated, no one gets venerated. We've also started our kind of holy wars with this guy over in... I mean, what right now is, of course, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, the kind of Celtic nations there. We've got Cornwall as well. Now we need to go for England. We could duel... in some sort of like holy righteous wrath, we could duel the King of England. Now, we're part of the Wolf Warriors, aren't we? Because that was kind of the Society of Odin, dedicated to Odin there. How long till we can rank up? We're just about to rank up. Cool. If we could go on a legend with this guy, kind of a holy journey, a holy pilgrimage, essentially, to impress Odin, that would be fantastic. Ah, one of our ships has returned from a foreign port with a cargo of rare spice of the finest quality. It's salt. It's not that special. I suppose it would be very expensive back in 1006. But this is, of course, England, so they don't use any spices, including salt. You know what? Would we do more blood games? Again, I can't... If we are playing the character, and the blood games are a very key tenet of the religion, something that every character should strive to be, then I think I have to organize yet another blood games, of course. I don't have a choice, I'm afraid. As much as I don't want every character to be the same, we really just have to do it. We can also do a war sacrifice. I thought you had to be a war for that. Oh, really? You can just do that whenever, huh? Alright, I'll immolate my own flesh and blood. Shall I burn my sister? My half-sister. She dies, but we gain 20% to siege, speed, defense, global movement speed. Holy crap, what are my people? I don't think I can justify burning her, because then we get Kinslayer. And we don't have it with this guy. He's not cruel either. He's not... Oh, no, he is cruel. Shit. Cruel, but zealous. I don't think he'd do it. Unlike our previous characters, this guy hasn't lost his mind. He hasn't felt the dynasty's curse of having to go and fistfight Cthulhu. So, you know what? I think maybe this is it. Let's go and let's burn a cow. That seems a bit more on brand. You know, he's cruel, but he's also a zealot. Oh, well, light the fires. She's Catholic. Light the fires. She's gone. 2 warriors from the lodge carry... What? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You gave me a heart attack. I thought I'd accidentally burn my sister. A life for victory. We start chanting hymns to the old gods under the twitching shadow of Smirchna, which is absolutely how they pronounce that in Hungary. Right. We still can't go to war with you, can we? But we could duel you. All right. You know what? It's on. King Theodosius. Be glad to assist in the next blood. Okay, all our vassals are involved. Fantastic. King Theodosius of England has accepted your challenge. Well, he's a friggin' moron. 39 versus 119. Our guy's quite the fighter. Been in the Wolf Warriors all his life, of course. Let's fight. And now, you die. People will be upset about this merciless action. I mean, we do get like minus 10 general opinion or something like that, right? God knows where that's gone. Merciless. Minus 10 general opinion. But it was for the glory of the gods. It was so that we could holy war against a new enemy. The gods don't want us to just holy war the same person over and over and over. No, no, no. He's already proven he's weak and he can't hold his land. The gods want new people to fight. So you know what? We're going to do that for them. And we're going to pop round to the Irish Sea for convenience. One of those vicious commander will do. Yuan Chao Yun. 32 personal combat. We're going to give him a potion of strength and knowledge. A mystical potion perhaps from the gods. There you are, my friend. And we are a renowned physician. We just gave him steroids, basically. It's 5 grams of creatine, bro. Get him. The crowd roars in approval as another warrior falls to the ground defeated. Oh. You dickhead. Well, the blood games of Dong East London. It was Yu Fu, the Red Gladiator. What a guy. What a name. What a warrior. Well done. Okay, I'll have to pick a better candidate next time, yeah, because he was a bit crap, huh? Right, let's get in there. So I wanted to go for a Holy War for Cumbria, I think. We'll start... We'll keep going, I don't know, north to south. Let's go for Cumbria next then. Hello there. I'm here to take everything you know and love. Ah, Ebba. Assuming that was you know and loved, I suppose. Thank you. Lots of people. We're going to burn someone. Of course, we're going to burn someone. As I said, you know, this guy is a zealot. Every time we get that option, I feel like we have no choice but to take that. It's just too core to the character. That's a lot of prisoners, my god. Wowee, that's a lot of people I've got to burn all of a sudden. That's incredible. A few people have submitted names as well. Patrons, that is. Thank you for your name suggestions, patrons. Like I said, there'll be plenty of room. Look at the size of our land right now. We've got plenty of room for everybody to get a name request. Just letting the patrons get in there first, because some people have had names on the names list for a long-ass time to get a Crusader Kings name that obviously, you know, we haven't come back to for a long time. So those guys definitely get first shake. That's only fair. But eventually I'll open it up to the floor and then everybody can have a house in our glorious new Han-Horse Empire. Especially if we are trying to... Do you want to steal someone's short sword? I don't want that junk. Got Mjolnir. Especially, of course, if we are going to eventually get to China. What's interesting, and probably worth mentioning, maybe against my better judgment, I've actually never completed a game in CK2 from the earliest to the final final date in CK2. I've never gone from the, what is it, 7th century? When do you start this game? 9th century? 232... 8th century, I'll get it eventually. I've never gone from the 8th century all the way through to the 15th century, because that's a lot of Crusader Kings, and normally the game falls apart before then. Or, it's very boring because you're unstoppable, because the rounds are very stable. A few days ago, you noticed a lady sat at court. Oh, Hello there. Wow. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Astute. That was the trait of mine that I was trying to think of the name of. I thought it was brilliant or whatever. Turns out it's astute. Astute, attractive, master, seductress, lustful. Madam. Can also collect 1,000 gold. I mean, what would our guy be into more? Is he greedy? He's not greedy. He's ambitious. He's brave. I think he'd prefer the prestige. You know what? I think it's okay. Do I want to make her our spy master? Of course, I do not want to make her our spy master. Do we trust her? The perfect job for you. Fire Gilly Smith. He's only got 11. Okay, you know what? I'm going to sack him. I'm sorry. This new lady is so much better. She's the apple of my eye. Where did she go? She, like, divorced us? What the hell happened? What? Hello? She got remarried immediately to Eskild. No. What the hell happened there? That's not right at all. She was my wife and you... What happened? I guess she's supposed to spawn in and immediately marry someone else, right? That just divorced me. You can't do such a thing. How dare you? Is Abigail, like, chaste or anything? Ambitious, diligent, cruel? Cruel, zealous. Would he be the type of guy to chase her down? She's a fine Han-horse lady. And it is part of our religion to have 3 wives. And we've only had 1 wife. We only have 1 wife. Wife is a prodigy. Having 1 wife a prodigy, another wife astute and attractive. And more importantly, master, seductress, etc, etc, etc. Eskild? You son of a bitch. How dare you? I'm going to intimidate you. We would take him to the throne of skulls in Palace Godslayer and have a talk with him. Eskild. You are a valiant man, Eskild. I invited him for a stroll today, saying I had something to show him. Eventually we came to stop near my throne of skulls. I waited there in silence for several minutes while Eskild grew more and more uncomfortable before I leaned in to say, I hope my meaning is clear. Or, I hope you understand how important this favor is. Or, the bloody thing scares me too. Whee! What the fuck is that? Is that to try and 81% chance of gaining some favor with him? Light to good joke. Ah, I see. Very good. Take a favor, or we intimidate him. I hope my meaning is clear, Eskild. I need to deal with you, actually. I am going to deal with him. We're a zealous man, and she's a fine Han-horse lady. And we're going to clear the way for a more superior man. There you go. She's up for it too. She's like, absolutely, hell yeah, get rid of him. I'm not paying for the translation, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, I've distracted us from this very important holy war. To go after this random lady in my court. She's going to be mad that I tried to kill her husband. No. Oh, I guy's homosexual. Alright, I take back everything I've said. Sorry, it's been a massive misunderstanding. I completely forgot the character. I take it back. He wouldn't pursue that lady because he's not interested in her. Questions answered itself. I'm sorry, Eskild. There's been a mistake. I forgot I'm a gay man. Classic. What a classic CK2 play. Incredible. Right, knock that on the head. Get out of here. Eskild, though. Damn. Actually, was he any good? That'll be a plot twist. No, actually, he's a bit shit. We're going to sacrifice Manuel and Sivard. That classic Anglo-Saxon name. Manuel. This has taken a long time to say that we've already got complete control of the war goal, though. 73%. I guess we need to get into more battles, but he didn't really have any troops. To be fair, we clapped his armies too recently, I suppose. So now we're just kind of stuck fighting a very uphill battle. All right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do then. Let's speed things up a little bit. My wife! What happened to you? She's turned into a cat lady. Oh, no. Bedridden. Has great pox. She's got syphilis. She's got a lover. This can just happen randomly. So, not to get, like, inside baseball, we've got to take it at face value. I think we can all agree. But it will just happen randomly. She might not actually have a lover. She's just been inflicted with great pox, which is syphilis. Perhaps she caught it from a fairly dirty public privy. Or, I don't know, put on someone else's underwear. I can't explain it, okay? I'm not a medical professional. But I can either show that useless coward I do with traitors and imprison her, this character's wife, for the mother of his children. Would he do that? Cruel? Cruel is about the only thing I can think of. He's also a physician, so he'd know. I think he would know if there's... I'm going to have to Google it. Can you get syphilis? It does say the venereal plague. You're not getting a venereal plague from, like, you know, someone sneezing on you. At least that's my excuse. Venereal... Can you get syphilis? Syphilis any other way? It can spread via close contact with an infected sore. Less commonly, such as touching and kissing. Oh. Well, you know what? Again, that Google search is allowed because our guy's a renowned physician. They had Google searches back in his Chinese university. Honestly, maybe there's a chance. Maybe she was tending someone's wound and, you know, she had a cut on her finger and then it's all downhill from there. Perhaps. Would we imprison her? We are cruel, but we're cruel to people who, again, you know, aren't our religion. We're cruel to the enemy, not cruel to our own. And our guy's slow. Maybe he wouldn't piece it together super fast. So be like, nah, there's probably something else. You know what? Let's not upset the apple cart too much. There's playing the character, and then there's debating for 5 minutes whether or not your wife actually got syphilis or not. Oh, we still laughed about that, and I was clicking through it fast, thinking it was just more prisoners. I have no idea what it was. Probably something garbage. Probably something garbage indeed. Oh, sorry if I'm yawning mid-episode. Very unprofessional. It's very late. Obviously, I only got back from holiday very, very late yesterday. Like, super late yesterday. I was traveling for 8 hours solid. And now I'm very tired. I'm very tired. I spent all day doing paperwork, replying to Patreon messages, okay? I'm ready to go to sleep. But I thought, you know what? No. If I sleep now, CK2 won't come out in time. And I've missed the Icelandic Holy War saga. Not the strongest arc in the series, but definitely good for development. Okay, ask for help with managing your titles. No, I don't need help. I'm a title managing expert. You saw what I did earlier. Duchy of Cumbria. Get it built. Right, now, I want to go ahead and... create a new vassal? Honestly, I could get behind that. Let's see if there's anybody in our realm, first and foremost. Did I save that filter? What a fool. I want to say gender, search our realm. No, let's just say search all. We're looking for men who are... bear in mind, we don't have total equality yet. The important part is my religion, my culture. Who aren't rulers. That's the important part. We'll save that as filter 2. Of course, they're computer programmers, so starts at 0. Because, you know, why wouldn't it? Batulfa. My good friend Batulfa. No? You want something? Good runner. There you go. My friend. You want now? No, we need to give him a castle first. There you go. Barony of Berg. Which is very confusing, because it's Berg as in a castle, not Berg as in a city. Oh, it's going to be all sorts of messy. And then we want to give him Cumberland. But no, we've got to do it this way, otherwise that'll flip into a republic, because he's a feudal vassal. And then we give him the republic. There you are, my friend. We're still one tile over. What have we got? Oh, of course. I mean, realistically... Now, hear me out here. Our guy, she's happy. Look at her. Look at her. She's fucking happy to be in charge. Realistically, we are a religious character. And I believe in the game rules just for the fun of it. I set us up to have unlimited vassal theocracies. Now, you can't normally do that because, of course, vassal theocracies and vassal republics have less troops than feudal. So if you were to build an entire empire of just priests and republics, while you yourself were feudal, you'd be in a very powerful position. And similarly, if you built only republics, you make a lot of money. If you built only theocracies, you get a lot of, you know, religious bonuses, learning, etc., etc. So there's, for balance purposes, you're supposed to have, like, all of them equally. But I've let it to unrestricted because I thought it's just the most fun. Our guy could go out of his way to land as many church holders as full landholders as possible. Right? So we give her that, and it becomes, or whatever that is, Janorsig? You tell me. I have no idea what that means. Oh, that's a house. Janorsig. Oh, right, of course, that's a last name, isn't it? Kangi Janorseg. What a name, huh? So she is now the whatever, priest or whatever. There actually isn't a title there for her of that particular province. You see her there. I like that. That's quite nice. Okay, you know what? And I think that suits the character too, giving her control of the entire county. That's pretty good. So she's got the tribe and she's got the temple under her control, but mainly the temple. The temple rules the tribe. That's good. That works quite well. Her wife. Let's put her as CRS too. Now she's definitely got something to smile about. Certainly can't argue with that one. Okay, let's back out again. The only problem with taking out England, of course, is... Ooh, hello. Our artifacts. Of course. Carry on. Can we not rank up in the society? What the hell's going on with that? Oh, we lost renown. Did we? Why? How did we lose renown? Oh, war sacrifice. Of course, there you go. Can I get you... Man, I don't know. Studying tech? Sure. Let's send you over to Constantinople. That was the attractive lady whose husband we were trying to kill until I remembered our guy probably wouldn't be really that bothered, huh? 3 titles to be created. So we got Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. What I was thinking earlier would be very, very cool is if this character made a religious kingdom. So you know how, like, with our previous character, we made a feudal kingdom here, even though that's kind of fallen apart a little bit. A feudal kingdom in the form of Ireland. So we set it up so that rather than it be tribes, we gave them more castles. That flipped them from tribal. We kind of forced it to flip from tribal to feudal, and then we gave them the duchy. So this is all dukes now in here. So it's probably be jarls, right, or something like that. So all of this now is kind of feudal, even though it started off, you know, before we grabbed it as tribal. We could do the same thing. We could take, say, Wales. Maybe not Wales, because we've already rearranged it. Same with Scotland. We could take England. We could turn it into a... maybe not England, because it's a bit powerful to waste on that. But we could make ourselves a theocracy country of nothing but theocracies. That would be really fun, but I'm not sure what we could do it with, like, Norway and Sweden. Make mainland Scandinavia... I suppose the Scandinavian Peninsula is probably the right word for it. Turn that into one big theocratic republic. It's kind of like vengeance in a way. Bear in mind, these were the realms that converted to Hindu en masse. The guy reformed the religion, then abandoned it. To kind of reinstate that, we put the church in charge of the entire country so it can flip kind of in an ironic sense from being Hindu into full-blown, real hard Germanic again. That'd be kind of fun. Be kind of weird, though. What are we going to do with England? We could duel this guy. Is this a little bit metagamey? I mean, our guy would do it because it's the right thing for the religion. He's also iconoclast. Why wouldn't we do it? I mean, I personally don't like doing it because it's metagaming. Is that all the justification we need? I think that's all the justification we need. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we should just keep... Like, this guy turning up to the capital, just being like, hey, I'm going to duel you, I'm going to kill you, then go to war again. I feel like it's very silly. So, you know what? We're not going to do that again. We're not going to do that. We're going to give this kid a chance to flourish. It's more honor in letting the enemy rebuild and being crushed by Odin's forces than it is killing a man and then going to war with a 9-year-old. Odin probably wouldn't be best pleased about that. I wouldn't be best pleased about that if I was Odin. No, I'm not confirming nor denying that. You know what would teach our enemies a lesson? Religious lesson, that is. Proving how weak they are by turning up to the papacy and burning it down. Burning down Rome itself. The seat of the Pope's got back Rome too, so this is actually fairly important. Burning down the quote-unquote messianic Pope's Rome. That'd be quite nice. We could steal his Jade Dragon or a nail of the cross. Belongs to Jesus. Then we just, like, throw it in the ocean or whatever. We could use it as a nail in a new church to Odin. I feel like that might curse it. Might get hit by lightning. I'm not sure. We're going to turn up. We're going to burn this place down with 20,000. Are we about to seduce the Pope? No? Oh, we're going to seduce this guy. I was going to say, we're going to seduce the Pope. I'm in. I am in. Metaphorically and literally. Perhaps we can come to a better arrangement. Should we try and seduce this man to steal his warriors? I mean... Would our guy do that? I mean, no. I don't see why he would do that. Why wouldn't just duel him? It's a fun option, but you wouldn't just take that because it's there, right? Sure as hell. Let's fight. If he was attractive, maybe that'd be a different story. Die! I throw my Mjolnir into his stomach. The man falls, his gut spilling out on the ground. He does not rise again. And we've stolen his troops, even more troops to burn down Rome with. Fantastic. No. Keep sieging normally. Don't need to risk it. It's a shame we've not captured the Pope yet. That'd be quite good. We could steal the Pope and then make him our wife. I'm not sure you're allowed to do that, but we could try. Obviously the construction in Nordland. Absolutely. Oh, sorry, Nan Eastland. It is. It's the same thing. I don't know why, but I feel quite happy and inspired today. Game 1 piety. Oh, great news. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. So, Tivoli, we have to, of course, sit here and burn down manually, because it's above 4th level. A hermit has lived in the wilderness of Tongism for decades, engaging in meditation, prayer, and other spiritual practices. Okay. He was always kind and offered spiritual teachings to any who requested it, and refused all luxuries. Now news arrives he's passed away while meditating. His corpse still sits upright and does not decay at all. Oh. We've got the rotten body of a man. That's good. Let's all celebrate. Fantastic. I mean, there's probably quite a few of those, given that we've got a literal macabre banquet sat in the capital, but there we are. Well, we burned down Rome. We didn't really get a huge amount to show for it, tragically, so I guess we'll just move on. Ecumenical Patriarch. Any religious heads? Knights of Sardinia. A whole island owned by a holy order to a particular religion. Oh! Oh, shit. Well, that's a shame. This guy died. He was castrated. His only son died. So the title of Isle of Man has come back to us. So let's go ahead and dish that back out again. We can also rank up. Who's your liege? Let's give it back to this guy. Let's split them back out again. It's going to make it tribal. I don't really care. He's now High Chief rather than a Duke. That's okay. I'm not really too bothered too much because they were both under Galloway before. So we'll split those back out. The Dapper of Man. Were you still on the Isle of Man? The Duchy of Man. What the hell did I just give away? The Isles. Oh, no. The Isles. Oh, no. What a mess I've made that. I've made that quite a state, haven't I? Our table is full, veteran. Who's saying want to fight me for the spot? Carton rises from his feet, idly cracking his knuckles, taking a step towards me. He's got 54 personal combat. He's an old, cancer-riddled man. How very tragic. Carton the short-tempered. Well, not really. He's kind, chaste, patient. He's kind and patient, as the opposite of short-tempered. A duel. Yeah, I am saying that, actually. Old man Carton. I'm swinging my weapon wildly when suddenly Carton shrieks in pain. Dropping my Gungnir, I'm staring at the mess I've made. I've managed to slice half of his hand completely off with a spear. That's hell of an aim. I'll walk away victorious, or I will show no mercy. No, he's been a warrior of Odin all his life. He's dedicated. He's worked his way up to the mighty, the level of Odin, of a hero of Odin, I should say. I'm here. I will show no mercy. No, I'll walk away victorious. I can only apologize, if anything. You've proven yourself worthy. I admit defeat and step back from the title you may now acquire. Use it well. Thank you. Victor, honestly, I like humility and defeat. I like that. Patrician Digby Chicken Caesar has returned and brought with him a well-preserved arm. Did you just pull it off that man that's been upright? This is the artifact we paid for months. I will ensure he's suitably rewarded. Okay, how much is that going to cost me? 500 gold? You know what? Sold. The arm of a great hero. I think genuinely he went up. Oh, look, we got the foot of a great hero. I made a mod. I don't know if I can find it. I made a mod ages ago. I think I might still have the code for it somewhere. Whereas if you get a foot of a great hero, head of a great hero, 2 feet, 2 arms, etc., etc., you can combine it all into a hero. Which gave you like this immortal zombie commander, if I remember correctly. I might have showed it off in a video before. I'll see if I can find that, because that was very silly. We got the finger of St. John. I did make a Catholic version where you had to get all the fingers of St. John and the Holy Preface and shit like that. It was quite funny. What the hell is this? Let's curse shit out of here. Are you sure you want to destroy? We still need to get the other feather of Odin's Raven, don't we? I still need to look up how that other version of Gungnir spawns, because that'd be quite nice. What was that glowing eye? What's that? Hello? Ignore me, I'm losing my mind. I saw a skull with glowing eyes then for a second. You're being haunted. The Crown of Lilies. How to make allies and influence his vassals. Brilliant. Burning down a Holy Order's island. That seems very good for proving a point. Killing all their armies. Again, seems fairly ideal. Oh, look at that. That's Dragon Culture buildings, right? Somebody said that's from a game. Like Might and Magic, they might have said. With the fall of the Empire into disarray. Wait. Shaku... Where? I have no idea. I don't know where that could have been. Fall of the Empire? What empire fell? Maiads? No? Oh, wait, no, it was the Byzantine Empire. Right? Trapezius. Trapezius? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, the Byzantine Empire fell. So they must have had an academy somewhere in, maybe in like, I don't know, Morocco or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know where that is. Okay, so he's still an emperor. It's just he's lost Byzantium. Well, it's gone now. Okay, well, fair enough. Latin Empire still kind of holding out, though, which I'm surprised by. World map is in a weird fucking place. we won't get into that, otherwise I'll be there all day. Just here to flex our muscles a little bit. You know, just here to do a little clappy while we level up. And I suppose we're done now, right? So can we, real question. Oh, we have to be head of the society. Legendary Gathering. We can actually do it. The Legendary Gathering is an option. Oh, I'm quite happy about that. I thought it was all for nothing. So what we've got to do now is get 500 renown, which will just obviously, of course, we'll get as we do our regular stuff. Oh, my ship's sunk. Let's get our troops back then. Let's prepare for our Legendary Gathering. Come home, little troops. Troops are expiring with who? France. There you go. 60 days left. Oh, there you go. Killed enough time there. I think we've flexed our legs. I think we proved that we're still the one in charge here. With the religious wars, that is. Do you want to upgrade anything? Tolerance, right? Oh, there you go. Full status of women. Hell yeah. Who are we going to set this guy up with? Sorry, Prince... Oh! Our, I suppose, adopted brother in some way. This was the guy that our father kidnapped and, of course... Well, we kidnapped his mother. He was born in our realm, so he's Hanor's culture, Germanic religion. And now he's come to us for help. We'd give him an even challenge. We don't want to assault him. He appreciated my choice of opponent. If we become close friends, that would be fucking high tier. We did not, unfortunately. That's a shame. But new recruits have been partaking in the initiation ritual, allowing us to grow in numbers. Brilliant news. What's our influence right now? Oh, he decides he doesn't have influence? I guess it's not. Hasn't got anything that would depend on influence, huh? Right, we're back. Okay. I should have checked if I could duel that guy before I cancelled the quest in hindsight. What the hell is this? We got Brittany? We're expanding out a little bit too fast here. This is getting a little bit aggressive, my friend. Okay, and it all belongs to him. What is this? You're forming some sort of Bretonic realm. Okay, you know what? Take it. See if I care. It's worth this to me anyway. Wow, so we can actually go for our Legendary Gathering. I'm genuinely a little bit surprised by that. There's a sinister plot. What was the plot? Is it against us? It's not against us. Ah, there you go. We know about this one. I assume it was this one that we revealed. I have no idea. That's kind of exciting because Legendary Gathering was the one thing that we haven't been able to do that one of our previous characters tried to do that we weren't able to recreate because you're going to do it once every 100 years, right? And it was our first ever character. What a way to bring things full circle that would be. All the way back to Varma. Varma died on the... Yeah, he died on the Legendary Gathering. Died trying to best Bishop Andreas of Optimatum. Now, I'm not sure our guy's as good a warrior as our first character was. He was quite a unit, if I remember correctly. Yeah, sure. We can upgrade the Wizard's Tower? Yeah, get on with it. What about the Statue of Yuning? Yeah, get on with it. Obviously, upgrade it. How dare you? I wouldn't want to build there. So we've got gold plating, so we can't build silver plating and bronze plating, of course. Additional statues, the Watcher of Giants. All of these are generic, so I guess we'll go for the additional statues. That sounds fun. It's kind of the most boring. Only gives Dynasty Opinion +3, but it's unique to this particular wonder, this particular relic. Of course, we can't keep building the Statue of Glasup unless we go mad or become a horse. I mean, both of which are very similar. What do we want to go for here in our Wizard's Tower? I mean, we're not the wizard. Of course, that was our father. It was Yuning that started building that. But we are a mystic. And we know a lot about the religious aspect of things. So I guess we would go for whatever is... Like math and philosophy could be there. History, I guess, in some way. Natural science, scribe room. Historic mural. No, like, religious stuff, huh? Poetry and drama, architecture, math and philosophy, history, natural science. Scribe room. Scribe room, so we can write more books on Odin. Perfect. There you go. That's big brain. Can build anything in the temple. Temple's full. Palace Ghostslayer is full. Colossus of the Isle of Man is full. Trigger stats almost upgraded. Hey, there you go. Oh, nice. Fantastic. Then we can build the next thing. What do we want to build there is probably the real question. My God. Mausoleum, library, garden, amphitheater, palace. What do we need for the pyramid? Fortress, walls. We got to be mad? I think you have to be insane for the pyramid, don't you? Maybe we leave a slot for one of our next characters. Although it's 3 out of 7 wonder slots, we won't be able to just build everything anyway. Let alone leaving a slot. Well, let's leave it there for today then. Kind of a return to form, discussing some plans. Quite a slow episode, I will admit, but that was obviously kind of to be expected from where I'm back from holiday. Tomorrow, Legendary Gathering. The one thing that we haven't been able to do, the one thing we haven't really been able to crack out with our previous characters. Let's go for it.